You've reached call in Mockery.
Hey everyone!
Hello!
You're probably very confused right now.
You're like, oinky doinky on my little screen.
Okay, so I was blowing the cobwebs off my podcast app, and I saw a new podcast I didn't know I was subscribed to, and it's in the place where the lunch break was, but there's cobwebs there.
And if there are cobwebs, that means your screen is broken. So here's what you do. You take your phone into the mall, and you say, what is El Shag? Mm-hmm. And then you look over to your left, you say, I was just a blanket store staying in the mall.
And for years.
It's
years.
Just blankets? That's got to be something fishy there.
Well, this one's our bestseller. This one has Snoop Dogg on it. The next one is, well, it's a standard Native American man. Third best top seller is Kermit, and he's saying, I did not commit these crimes. And it's him with like a $1 bill, and there's some sort of powder.
Well, and it's reversible on the other side. It is Miss Piggy's.
Yes.
Miss Piggy's on the stripper pole.
And it says, Miss Piggy, you are going to make me commit some crimes.
So you walk past all of those, and then you get to the middle little kiosk, kiosk, and you say, where am I? And then they say,
you're at the middle little kiosk.
And you say, I broke my phone front.
Yeah.
The screen on my phone. It looks like cobwebs on it.
They say, yeah, cobwebs. We know. We see it all the time.
They say, okay, leave it here for about an hour. When you come back, you'll have a brand new screen. They don't have tools. They don't have anything. All they have is a kiosk that's on wheels. You can move those around. How are they doing that?
I have. And just as a little prank, a guy has gone on break. And I say, no. And me and 3 of my closest friends,
yes,
we unhook the little wheel locks and we push it just down the hall just a bit. So when he comes back, he's like, he sets his drink down, but there's nothing there.
He's like, I've spent the last 20 years walking exactly 30 steps from the coffee shop to my kiosk. What could go wrong today?
Well, guess what? You just stepped into one of Jay's famous pranks.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
No, my middle little kiosk.
Where'd it go?
So your phone's got cobwebs. Guess what? We're back.
We're back. It's Colin Mockery, though, now.
Lunch break dead. We had a TV show called Colin Mockery. Big hit, big smash success.
Big hit.
So we said, well, let's do that, but it's a podcast now because we promised everyone a season 3. But this is a funny little tidbit. It's a small trivia. The TV station that we did that show on was bulldozed to the ground.
It was raised.
And
which is a funny way of saying it was destroyed.
And
like,
it's confusing. Because
that's what I mean.
You go to a barn
funny.
raising. So I showed up with like matches.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, let's raise it.
Yeah.
They're like, no, raise it.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah,
raise
it.
With a Z?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, I don't know how to spell, so I guess. But they're still talking about it. That's just because they're stupid.
Yeah. But it's these different... Z's go places like they used to be called a pizza. Now it's pizza. Z's kind of come in and they change everything for you.
They come and go. Much like a chameleon.
So you're probably wondering, Joey Landon, what's changed with the show? Or if you're a newcomer, grazie. Grazie, Magnana. We hope to have more of you show up. Newcomers to the show, listen in. And if you're hearing this right now, you're probably saying, not for me.
You're saying, oh no, they finally leaked the Chris Pratt Mario audition that got him the part.
It's going to sound completely different than anything you've ever heard.
Grazie, molto belli.
It's me, Mario Pizzarari. they say, Chris, doon, doon. And he says, yeah. And they asked him to do something a little different. And he goes, it's a me, Mario.
And then he goes, believe God. If you don't, you will perish.
And I don't actually even believe that.
I mean, this guy's all over the place because he says that, and then for some reason, Instagram is just all videos of random stuff now, and you go through Instagram, you're like, hey, I wonder what my brother's doing. Never see him again.
No, it's just kids.
You get ads for like Inspiring Daily, and it's him at the MTV Movie Awards from like 2 years ago. Aubrey Plaza in the back, who had just given him the Moon Man or the Popcorn Bucket. I can't remember which. The Moon Man is the Video Music Awards. The Popcorn Bucket is the Movie Awards.
If I was ever on a show with you, and then I was asked to present a bucket of popcorn to you, that's it. We're not speaking again.
Okay, but
how embarrassing.
What if you did do it, and I came on stage, and you know that I'm kind of the sort of schlubby everyman that made his nut, making everyone laugh. And you were kind of my you were the Hardy to my Laurel in some ways. A hilarious comedy duo that just played off each other so well. And I came on stage and you had to watch as I said, believe God.
On the MTV Movie Awards.
Here's 4 lessons for you to learn. Pray.
I would say, same Landon I've always known.
Yeah.
But then I would read your interview that you give about a year later.
Exactly.
Where you say, I've never gone to church.
I don't even know what church is.
I don't even know what a church is. And they said, you said you met your wife in church. And he's like, I think you're talking about me.
Let's just say mun is the word.
Chip? Yes, Dale? Let's go.
And here's the other funny thing. I'm on Pratt's side, really, when it comes down to it. Like, every few weeks, everyone's mad at Chris Pratt. Meanwhile, he's just, like, doing whatever.
He's just successful.
Whatever he... Like, if anyone becomes instantly successful, of course they get a little weird.
Yeah. But, here, if someone said, do you want to be in a Jurassic Park movie?
You say, yes!
Yeah. And they say, well, it's not going to be as good as the original. And you say,
I
okay.
don't care. I
did care.
And then they say, you want to be voice of Lego? You say, yes. Then they say, do you want to be Guardian Galaxy? You say, yes.
They say, hey,
you say yes to all of it. He's done nothing wrong as far as saying yes to
They say, hey,
stuff.
people are getting pretty... I think people are getting kind of tired of seeing you. And you go, that's weird because people keep asking me to be in stuff.
It's not my fault. You keep asking me.
This is the 3rd Jurassic Park movie you've asked me to be in.
And look, do we need to figure out if he did do Anna Faris so dirty?
Did he do her dirty?
I've heard conflicting reports. But what I come down to is I don't care.
No.
That's what Hollywood
changes you. People change, and then you meet a new wife
then
in church.
You meet Arnold Schwarzenegger's
Seems to be
daughter.
happening to a lot of people these days.
Everyone go to church. Basically, so Colin Mockery, we don't have many mission statements.
No.
1 would be go to church.
And 2 is you don't when you do like you call it bullets, don't you? Which is kind of weird these days to call it bullet points.
A bullet list, yeah, or bullet
But
points.
then when you do the tab over and it makes the bullet point clear,
yeah.
the reason for that one is you will meet a hottie with a body.
Yes, that's a sub. It's a
sub bullet.
Yeah, sub bullet. You will meet a hottie with a body. And then what's our second mission?
Oh, our second mission is always be... I think it's XYZ, examine your zipper. And then 3 is ABC, which is always be...
Chomping, baby.
That's it. Always be chomping.
Well, actually, on this show, no.
No, because we took out the least favorite section of our last show. And I really wish if we did not take this out because I'm so hungry.
Right about now, I'm dying to eat a little bit of a snack.
But we're not going to be reviewing any snacks on this show. Unless we do.
Yeah, I was going to say, now, you might be saying, no, I liked that part. First off, we know you're lying. Second off, all the data shows no. Everyone skipped that part. 15 seconds forward.
Do you know when you watch YouTube videos now and it shows you like the most replayed part?
Right.
And you can kind of see where it's like, okay, so it's us talking, and then we show like a girl in a bikini and she's playing volleyball, and then it just spikes to the top of the video, and it goes back to us eating, and it's just nothing. Like, people just skip it completely. And the only reason we put that middle part in there was just quick enough so that we could have it be our thumbnail. Even though you don't have to do that anymore.
You can upload a thumbnail, but we did that anyway just because we're old school like that.
But people are still finding that frame and just pausing it there.
It's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's like most viewed. It's like a 30-minute video, and it's like, people watch this for 2 hours on average. You're like, I mean, the rest of the internet exists. You can find
whatever you want.
Yeah, but whatever, And third, maybe you want to call in and tell us a snack that you found that you want us to try. Maybe we want to just try a snack and we can because it's our show and you can't tell us what to do.
Unfortunately, we're bad at our jobs and we have buried the lead of what the new show is. It's called Call in Mockery.
Mockery, yeah.
You call in and we mock-ery.
Yes.
You call in us, we mock you.
And make sure we will put these on the screen if you do want to. We smash those digits. God, it feels good to say that.
Smash those digits.
Smash those digits if you dare.
You've got 2 alumni of Mock You sitting right here waiting to go completely ham on your asses. We cannot wait to be the goats of Mock. We can, and not Mach 9. We're not Tom Cruise. No,
we're not going that fast and ending up at first you think did he go to another planet? No, he's fine. He just went to a diner.
A
cup of water. Funny. We never fully talked about Top Gun Maverick.
Cup of water. Well, because we stopped doing our show.
Right. Oh, well.
If we hadn't have stopped doing our show, it would have come up every episode.
Well, we talked about it to our good friends, almost peers, but they are our bosses.
Yeah. And they were just completely beside themselves that we had even seen it.
They were mad at us, I think.
They were mad at us. They didn't want to see it. They didn't want us to have seen it. I think we got negative brownie points for having seen it. Mm-hmm. Just the fact that we saw it. Even if I said, it actually wasn't that good. They said...
They were still...
Nope.
Yeah, they said, nope.
Do we have the number? Because here's the problem. We're pointing on the screen, but this is a podcast.
Okay. Well, if you're watching the video like any good person, you will see that. But we must tell you the number.
We have to tell you the number.
319 Dubmit.
That's 319 DUBMIIT.
Yes. 319 Dubmit, and just call in. Let us know. And in a second, we're going to play a couple that we do have because we put out the number a few weeks ago, and we did get a few takers.
So this is our show. It's a little looser. It's also going to be a bit more. We're going to say some things that might chap your ass a little bit. Because we used to do this, and then we did lunch break, and they said this is a kid's show.
They said
you need to temper it. But this is the show. Call in Mockery is you call us, and we're gonna discuss the things you want to talk about. No longer is it us in a vacuum saying, "Hey, brave little toaster, come over here. The binky's stuck in my ass again."
Yeah. So, with that all being said,
the vacuum talks.
Do we want to just play one?
Yeah, let's play our first.
Okay, so this was the first call that we got. And and by the way, for anyone who's like getting panicked now, what if I don't want to just hear a call-in show? If you're a lunch break fan, you're going to like this because most of the time it's going to just be lunch break.
And guess what? We're going to have to talk movies, we're going to have to talk. But guess what? You're also going to call. And if you say, I don't like that pointed to show, guess what? Don't call us. Because if you call us and leave a voicemail, we are inclined
to talk about
Yes, if you hit 319 Dubmit, which is on the screen now.
Yes.
Flashing on the screen right below us. We will get talked to and talked down to.
Yeah.
So, Landon, play the first voicemail we got. And this is not us.
And this is the Grim Reaper. I was just calling to figure out if you guys had anyone you wanted to take care of by.
Oh, okay, interesting. So we got a call from, who was that? The Grim?
It says here, it does transcribe it for you. It says, and this is the Grim Reaper. So it sounds like he, or they.
Yeah, I'd say that.
The Reaper was maybe. Well, we've heard that the ringing takes a while. So it sounds like they were in the middle of a conversation just because it was ring, 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 and took forever to get to the voicemail.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they were in a conversation and they were like, yeah. You know, and then I went to Papa John's and I got Papa John to say the bad word a few times. And this is the Grim Reaper. Once he heard the beep, leave your message after the beep.
Because you're in your office.
You're in your office.
You thought the phone call was going to take a little bit quicker, but then you see your boss coming down the hall. So you have to talk to them, and you're like, and they're like, did you get him to say? You're like, yeah. I went to Papa John's, like, made him say the words. and
someone made him.
Yeah.
He didn't do it. Someone made him.
I didn't want to say it. This is me doing him. Speaking of Instagram not showing me anything that I like anymore, I keep getting a lot of people doing impressions.
Yes.
And it's different people, but they're all doing the same. It's like Owen Wilson, Jason Bateman. I'm getting a lot of the same, and none of them are good.
They're bad.
But that's the only thing they do. So it's like, hey, it's Jason Bateman. I'm going to a wedding, and so I'm at the wedding. Oh wow, you're at the wedding too. Well, guess what? I think I'm gonna crash it.
Yeah.
And then it's like peanut butter pancakes. The Jack Johnson is one of them.
It always is.
Who else is there on these videos?
A lot of people that have been doing Goldblum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's one guy that does it well, I guess, that has now been on every talk show
and has met
Goldblum.
Yeah.
So, oh wow, look at you!
Ma.
It's like, okay, we can all do that. I mean, he does sound. He's at least good. There, yes, I keep seeing this, and especially there's this one lady that keeps coming up who's doing like, what if the whole cast of Parks and Rec?
Oh wow!
Saw a turkey or something. It's like,
oh wow!
None of them sound right.
You're
not doing it good.
I'm also getting people singing songs in cartoon voices. So like, hey, do the monkey with me, running up that road, be running up that hill, running up that building, homie. Do. Hey, Dad. And then they just start doing, in the middle of the song, some of them will just say catchphrases.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff out there on the web these days. It's the Wild West.
It's the Wild West out there.
To that, I just say, nope.
And I keep getting this one he's actually pretty handsome. I keep seeing him. And he only has one impression.
Talking about his voice.
Well, no, but it's a video of their face, and I keep scrolling by, and I have to. Oh, actually, hold on. I scroll back up. Very handsome indeed. And he says, See, I can do it too. And then he says, he only has one impression, but it's spot on every time, and it's the grandpa from Rugrats. And he goes, Jesus Christ, Tommy! God damn it, Tommy!
That's pretty good. And it doesn't help that the guy's a complete feast for the eyes.
No, not at all. Stop waking me up, Tommy! God damn it!
And we're doing this. We're putting so much time into this, and we could just find one little niche thing. So what did the Grim Reaper ask? Was there someone that we wanted him to take care of for us?
That's what he was getting at.
That's a pretty dark question.
I was just going to figure out if you guys had any wants you want to take care of by.
Okay. Is there anyone we want to take care of?
Anyone you want to take care of.
Are we allowed to say? Are we allowed? Poot?
No, and don't say that.
I said poot. Because I don't like when people use that word.
Yeah.
I would, if someone could take care of a word and it's anyone that says, "Oh, sorry, I just pooted."
Yeah, you might as well go to Russia and get the old gulag treatment.
Please go get the gulag. If you're someone that says, "Sorry, I just pooted," which happens a lot,
way too much. Way
you're
too
at
much.
the restaurant, and the waiter's like, "They're like, sorry, can you repeat that?" So they're like, "Yeah, I was going to tell you the specials. I could not hear you because I was just focused on how I just pooted."
I'm so sorry. I just pooted. No, but that one actress said that she would have taken better care of Putin if she were her mother. If she were his mother.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved you better, Putin.
Anyone that says that should be taken care of. I think anyone that says if they had just happened, if I would have gotten on that plane, 9/11 would not have happened.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg, you can take care of him.
Probably take care of him. Although he does have those Wahlburgers that are between $17 and $19.
Have you ever had one?
No.
Maybe we should do that for this show.
We should.
Lunch break was all about snacks.
Yeah.
Office snacks.
We should
snacks
do a
that
full
you could get
meal.
For Colin Mockery, we're doing 4 meals.
Look, they're putting 4 meals on your plate now. They are. It's true. I gotta work back into it.
Into what?
So I think we should do that because I've looked at the Wahlburgers menu and it really is like $16.
Oh, they're expensive.
But it's in a Hy-Vee. And if you don't live here, Hy-Vee is kind of like
Grogsman.
Mm-hmm. So
Or a Spot Saver or
yeah.
Herb Alpert's brass band.
Yeah, Jolly's Oscars. Well, then Herb Oscar. Hey, I go to Herb One for the Tijuana band because someone's covered in whipped cream, and
Yes.
I'd like to see that.
Ever heard of the Dole Whip? That's at
Yes.
Disney.
And you won't shut up about it.
Hold on.
Hey.
My microwave. Okay. Oh, we didn't address that either. So you might be hearing some ambient noise.
Just slightly.
Just slightly. I'm not saying it's probably not actually that loud, so you probably can't even hear it. But we just have to make sure that you know why you're hearing all of this noise. We're in our brand new studio.
Mm-hmm. The Dole Whip is something I'd love to. There are lots of hacks online.
There are so many hacks.
And they're all doing this. They're
like
all
the impressionists.
Yeah, they're like,
hacked.
wow, I'm eating Dole Whip.
Buddy, I just gotta say, it's good to be back.
Hey, I missed it. Every time I think I got something good for Landon, no one else.
I always think that too. In fact, I brought this up just the couple.
He's pointing at me.
Just a couple weekends ago. I was on set.
Oh,
making some small talk, talking about how this very thing, the impressionists, Instagram isn't Instagram anymore. I can't see my brother. All those jokes I just came up with in the moment. Rehearsed. Rehearsed them in front of a silent audience.
Said I gotta save these because no one's getting them.
I said, and then there's this impressionist. These impressionists keep coming up. They're
so
terrible.
when I brought this up earlier,
I was so excited.
You got Fizzer, which is of course Goose Pimples.
Yes, and that you probably even heard it on the microphone because I literally screamed.
You might have heard it if you listened very carefully because Landon went, yes!
And it
yes, it's the impressions.
And it blew out the microphone so bad that it hurt my ears, so I'm sure it did yours as you're driving to your appointment.
Yeah. And appointment, which brings me to ointment, which is something I said when we did about 15, 20 minutes of the show when Landon wasn't recording.
Not my fault, man.
If you can see where I have ointment on, we're going to have merch that maybe you can purchase. So this is Colin Mockery. Who else called?
Okay, so we got the Grim Reaper, and I think we mocked the Grim Reaper pretty good.
Were we gonna? Oh, yeah. Oh, Wahlburgers. Yeah, we'll eat it sometime.
Okay.
Hit the next one.
I want to do this one first because it's not much, but it is something.
Okay.
That's it. So our second call, and it almost feels like the mockers are getting mocked.
Yeah. Because is that a joke? Are they laughing at us? I will say this, if you want to maybe know what they're laughing at, 319-DUBMIT, DUBMIIT, you will get to hear something that's not going to be on the show.
That's right. It's a special little message
Mm-hmm.
to leave your message, if you know what I mean.
And that either got someone's goat or they are mocking us.
Yeah, the very concept of the show is making them scuttle their butts with laughter.
Which is great. If a concept like that, like zombie, if that's a simple concept that makes you scuttle your butt with laughter.
Absolutely.
That's what we want the show to be. They say, "What
Christ, Tommy! Get down from the top of the building, Tommy!"
That's us to you. You're at your next quinceañera. Someone asks you what your favorite podcast is. You say, "Oh, it's actually one. It's called Call-In Mockery." And they say, "What's it about?" It's like, "Well, it's a call-in show where you can call in, but you might not like what happens to you." And they say, "That's an intriguing thought." Okay?
And then they say, "I want to chop my arm off." And you say, "That's an intrusive thought."
I can't go to the top of tall buildings because I think my body's going to throw myself off of it.
That's an
intrusive thought. I'm going to murder you. And it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. But
And then you're like, what if you were in space and you just fell out of a spaceship and you just kept going and going and going? That's an intriguing thought.
that's actually very intriguing. I don't think anyone's thought of that before.
I just thought of that right now. I just came up with it.
See, if you told someone that your favorite show was Lunch Break and you said, "What do they do?" and they said,
You
guess
can't. You can't tell it. You
they
can't tell
eat
them.
a snack. It was not really lunch. They're not going to listen to that, and they're not going to hear what Landon just said, which is actually blowing my freaking load right now.
What?
Oh, the thing about space.
Oh, yep.
Hit the next one.
Hey, what's up? I
Jeez.
heard my favorite podcast is ending.
Brooklyn. Or
Gotta
Boston.
admit, I'm a little upset about this.
Podcast.
Please call me back. I want to discuss, and
Seems
I
normal,
have an
though.
offer that you just might be interested in. So hit the line, and let's talk about doing year 4 of my favorite podcast.
wow.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so year 4.
I think unfortunately for us and our listener there, I think we did 4 years of Lunch Break.
Did we though?
Maybe not. I think we did 3 years.
So maybe he
they're a
is
big
right.
fan.
Yeah.
I think they'll be excited to know though that we kind of are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that takes care of that. We're glad. Hey, listeners out there, if
And
you
hey-
called Dubmit, we're glad that you're happy with the show and that you're despairing in the fact that you haven't had your weekly LB with the boys.
Yes.
But guess what?
Now you'll have your CIM.
You can listen to Sim with the boys, and you say, "How do I call Sim?" Well, you call Dubmit.
Yes.
You call Dubmit, you get Sim. It's all. I don't want to say it's like a numerology thing, but it is.
But 88 and 4. So there's 4 photos, and there are 2 of each type of cheeseburger.
Yeah.
That's 8, and double 8 is 88, and that's actually a sign that you are divine.
Yeah, that's Prosper.
Yeah, I watched it.
Hit the next one. We
That's-
answered your question.
That's it.
Oh, that's it?
That's just the little tease that we have this
Oh,
week.
that's right. We don't want to give you guys all the stuff. Please call in. If you don't call in, of course, here's what's going to happen. We're going to have to now talk about Landon. What'd you watch?
Gosh, where do I start? Well, let's start there, what I was just referencing.
Mm-hmm.
The rehearsal.
Oh, boy.
Nathan Fielder
Does it again.
does it again. He gave us 4 perfect seasons of comedy TV in Nathan For You. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it immediately.
I'll put it as, and I've talked about this with someone else. And
You mother.
But not enough because I hadn't seen it yet. but they said, "Do you like Nathan For You?" And I said, "Of course I do."
Oh.
And they said, "It's that with HBO's budget." And
Yes.
I say, "Great."
Yes.
And then you watch it and you go, "Oh, it's more than that. This is psychological torture."
It's almost, to me, it's like Nathan For You is...
He's thinking.
Nathan
we didn't go dead.
No,
just-
I'm thinking very hard.
A lot of
about
dead
it.
air, but Landon leaned back and he closed. His eyes went up into his skull, and he's like, "I want more paper buck."
Nathan For You is to Bo Burnham's Make Happy what The Rehearsal is to Bo Burnham's Inside.
Mm-hmm.
It is funny and torturous and psychological and introspective
Poignant.
and poignant and manipulative and all of these things that really make you think while you're watching it, but also you gotta laugh.
It is such a societal experiment, the likes of which we've never seen before. It makes you question the legality and morality of what you're witnessing, but in a way that makes you literally slap your knee.
Should we tell the kind listeners what we're even talking about?
The Rehearsal?
Yeah, because I feel like probably no one knows, unfortunately, because HBO Max has done nothing to sell this to anyone.
Well, if you haven't seen Nathan For You, go watch it. But it was basically about a guy that companies would hire him to help them promote their business or get more business.
Right.
And he just and the things he would come up with to try and get them more business, that doesn't even scratch the surface of what the show actually is. It is a study of human beings. An episode that I watched from season 1 the other night, going back and watching some of it,
Me too.
blew me away.
Which one?
The gas. Did you watch the gas one?
Yes.
The
Yes.
ending of that episode
It's the funniest.
it's like the fact that this show exists to show us this, and not everyone in the world has seen it. The things that he get just by making the situation, the happenstance of which, this coincidence of an ending, it defies any sort of thing that I can say.
And I
about
purposely purposely sought out that episode because it's the one and only time that I've ever seen him break.
Yeah, where he
For
can't
like
even
1
believe it.
second.
Just enough.
Just enough for you to be like, even he can't do it.
I read a very interesting article with Nathan Fielder where someone at the AV
He was in your house?
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh, Nathan, nice to see you.
Hey.
Now let's pull out the Washington Post."
Oh, okay. But he did an interview with, I believe it was someone from the AV Club. It was with their mom because she didn't like Nathan For You. And so he talked with the mom for this very long interview, and it's very interesting. Look for it.
I'll have to look for
But
it.
The Rehearsal is him.
And by the way, I just want to apologize to our listeners. It is 8:15 at night, and the neighbor is mowing. So I just getting the tractor out, so I just wanted to let you know it's not my fault.
I just heard a goat. It was a kid. Well, okay,
Yeah.
so it was a goat. And now, no, it's not Michael Jordan.
Kids are the goats of being loud. The greatest of all times.
So The Rehearsal is Nathan Fielder, this mastermind of mischief. And this is real. This is not a scripted show. He is helping people rehearse for their real lives by running simulations, I guess you could say.
You could say that.
By setting up full-scale buildings of where things will take place in their life, hiring actors to play people in their life, and to have them covertly study the people that they're acting as.
Mhm.
And it's all taking place on camera. Landon is throwing some of those little firecracker things with the gunpowder in them.
Apparently at nighttime is when the studio really comes alive.
Yeah. It's a new studio. We're still working out some of that pink noise or whatever.
I just, I can't believe, I wish I could say that I can't believe it, but it happens almost daily. So I should have known. that about the time everyone is settling in for a nice, peaceful summer sleep, the retired man that lives next door would decide to get on his mower.
What is it with,
You have all day. You can do it all day.
and why is it every day too? I had a neighbor that
He
would
does like
mow,
4 strips and then he goes back in.
well, he's got so he's kind of. I had a neighbor that would do it. I would say every other day. Sometimes they would mow their entire lawn.
You can't. You shouldn't.
There's nothing to mow, and you're only harming it, right? That's
Yes.
bad for it.
It's bad for it. And I'm one of those guys that's like, just let nature grow, baby.
Yeah. As you
Oh,
can
there
tell,
it really
yeah,
kicks
in. Oh, he's coming. Is he on it? It's moving by itself.
No, he's
It's coming
on
right
it.
over here. Well, guess what? Enjoy the sounds of the summer, you dimwits.
Yeah, I mean, we're just hanging out around the fire, basically.
It's if you were here with us, you'd be hearing the same thing, bro chacho.
Absolutely, muchacho, brochacho.
2 episodes of this show out.
Yes, and
I-
please continue.
I can't believe it.
And just when the first episode is a perfect sort of like, here's the concept,
Yep.
get you in the door. Episode 2, you think will be much the same.
Mm-hmm.
We're going on a journey in this series that I was not expecting, but I'm happy to be watching.
And when it ends, then you go, oh, there's more to this.
There's more to it.
It
It's not just a single story per week after all.
guy's a genius.
Guy's a genius. And there is some online discourse now of some people are mad at him for doing what he's doing. First of all, he doesn't care.
Nope.
Because it is part of the point. He's fully aware of what he's doing. He knows that it's manipulative or, unethical in some way. It's part of the joke.
That's part of it. The fact that we're like, should we be watching this?
Yeah.
And laughing at that's part of it. He gets it.
Mm-hmm.
What don't you understand?
Well, and anyway, I also saw a clip of him this was around the time of Nathan For You when it was airing. It was like some Q&A, and someone asked him about a business, like in character, almost like as if he was in character for Nathan For You, and he's like, "Oh, actually, I'm just a comedy writer." Like he shuts down the guy asking the question about a business. He's always doing a bit, even when it's just funny.
There was a show on Adult Swim or something. There's a show that he produced, and they did a behind the scenes talking with the guy from the show and him and Nathan as the producer. And it starts out as a normal behind the scenes interview, and then it diverts into this whole like short film about him living with a group of kids that he is like managing all of their online videos. It's like a group of teen singers that he's like on the trampoline with, and he's having them sing for the camera, and he's like, as they're sitting in a car singing, he's directing it, and it just completely goes off the rails. There's always something that you just can't figure out.
And hey, look up all of his little, if you like Nathan For You, if you like this, go on YouTube, look up all of his the Canadian broadcast channel or whatever. He had a regular segment on there for a long time, and he has little bits on there. One where he sits down and interviews the president of the channel or of the network. It's all funny. The guy's a genius. Great to see him back.
He's a braver man than I will ever be.
Yeah.
To do some of these things. And speaking of brave men and brave women and people in general,
Sure.
I saw a movie this week. Did you?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to say.
Oh, nope.
Okay, well, I did at least. So I can talk about it, and it's called Nope.
Yep.
So you did see it.
Nope. You ever heard that song that's like, "Yep, nope, yep, nope"? It was an internet thing.
Nope. So I know, we can't get too into this because maybe some people haven't seen this movie yet.
I almost want to do because we did do a spoiler review for Us.
Yeah, that's
I almost
true.
want to get into a spoiler review for this film
We have to. That's the only way you can talk about it.
because this movie, not to spoil anything, is good.
Not to spoil anything, but out of the 3 Jordan Peele movies we have, I call them the trifecta.
Yeah. One
Where
is
do-
good,
where does
one
this-
is bad. The trifecta. No, go ahead.
Where does this one rank for you?
I was thinking about this as soon as I got out of the theater.
Because one of them is rank.
Yes, one of them is ranked trash and
Yes.
does stink up my whole yard. The other one is Us.
No,
I'm kidding, I'm
just
kidding.
kidding. Us is the bad one.
Us is the bad one. And I do need to revisit... I need to revisit both of them, to be completely frank with you. Hi, I'm Frank.
Hey, I'm Frank.
But if you ask me,
your brother.
having seen each of them once, that's all I've seen each of them.
I think me too.
If you ask me right now, I know you didn't, but if
Don't
you
care.
did, I would say Nope is my number 1. And that's the hot take. That's the hot take.
Get Out is good, and for a debut from a director
Oh, it's the perfect debut.
who hasn't made anything except for
Oh, it's the perfect debut.
numerous TV shows and has directed lots of stuff. It's the perfect debut. It says, I have something to say. But guess what? This one says, I can make a damn good flick.
This one says,
This one's fun to watch. It is scary to watch. Did I get scared during Get Out? No, never.
no. Oh,
This
by the way,
one?
nope.
This one I saw it with a group and I said, hey, Us is watching this movie and we will not get out until we are done seeing it. Nope, no way. And the whole place looked at me with their Harry Potter 3D glasses on. They said, what the are you talking about?
You know what's crazy about that? I thought you were saying Us are watching this right now. Like you believed the ending of Us and somewhere in a bunker, in a bunker,
Yep.
there was a group of us watching the movie just in a bunker underground because that's the movie.
Archie Bunker.
Okay. So you did like the movie.
It's my favorite one.
You like
Of
it
those
too,
3.
most of all, number 1? Because it, in my opinion, Get Out, yes. Like you said, it wasn't scary.
Mm-mm.
And the project of the film was smart.
Mm-hmm.
Used the genre well
Mm-hmm.
to not only tell a compelling story and a compelling, fun horror film,
Mm-hmm.
although it wasn't exactly scary.
Mm-hmm.
Use the genre to tell a story and to tell a larger sort of allegorical, thematically prescient thing.
Oh, yeah.
Us, scary.
Mm.
The first half of Us, I say, very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting indeed. Scary in some parts. Very scary in some parts. And by the end, it makes you look back at the whole movie and say, boring. But I respect the originality.
Mm-hmm.
I respect it's like an episode of Twilight Zone. If it was just an episode of Twilight Zone, you would say, okay.
And one would say all his movies are episodes
Well,
of Twilight Zone.
Sure. Which is why he made the very bad Twilight Zone
Yeah.
show.
He saved all his good stuff. He's like, you're not getting Nope.
You're not getting Nope.
You're not getting Nope. Sorry, NBC.
But Nope, I think, is sort of the perfect combination of both in the way that it is a compelling story. It is scary.
Mm-hmm.
My heart was racing at certain parts in ways that I haven't felt in years.
I haven't seen a movie in theater, maybe Hereditary, but for reasons that were not just that is just dark.
It's just dark.
But this was scary in a way that was thrilling, that made me go like, this is movies.
Yes.
I looked at us in the theater before we got out, and they said, nope, the movie's over. I said, hey, everyone, this is movies. You're looking at Mr. New Spielberg.
And there is something Spielbergian about him, isn't there? Because there's no... Here's the...
Is it because they showed the trailer for Jaws before the movie? Like
Yeah, and I
they
was
did
like, dang, I
looks
gotta
good.
see that movie. He is Spielbergian in that I cannot find a discernible angle.
Mm-hmm.
He, while having a voice, shows no voice.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind
That's a
that
good
at
way
all.
to put it.
His
That's
movies,
a good way to put it.
I can't find, you have the auteur theory, and you say Hitchcock always shows feet, and Tarantino always shows feet,
Yeah.
and Kubrick always shows toilets, and all these people have all their things. Fine,
Everyone's
whatever.
feet and toilets.
But you look at, in my mind, you look at Spielberg. If you showed me a Spielberg movie and didn't tell me it was Spielberg, I would not know that it's Spielberg, and that's okay. People are going to be mad at me for saying this. I don't care. That's okay because
But
it's a
you
good
wouldn't.
movie.
If you watch Bridge of Spies,
And then watch Ready Player One, you would say, why'd I watch Ready Player One?
why'd I watch Rudder Plitter 1?
But no, and I think Jordan Peele, the content itself might have some obvious thematic elements that run through each film.
Mm-hmm.
But the direction, I feel, is completely different each time.
Mm-hmm. There's no theme. There's no sort of angle he takes to filming. It fits the project.
It fits the that's okay.
That's better.
It's better.
You can do more than the one thing. He can do all of it.
I love it.
And that Get Out, yes, the message, but the movie without the message it's trying to tell, is it as good of a movie? The message, the point of the film, the moral,
Yes.
is so inextricably intertwined with the story.
Yes.
To the point that it's flat out basically explained
Right.
like, at the end.
Yes. Yes. It leaves nothing to really think
It
about
cannot be
except
released.
that you think about it like, oh yeah, I guess I shouldn't say that I would have voted for Obama a third time.
But this movie, you can just sit there and you say, I just want to go see a Spielberg film. I just want to go see a scary movie about a UFO like they used to back in the old days.
Yes.
Before I was so desensitized to UFOs. This is it. But you can also, you go, what with the monkey? People are up in arms.
People are up in arms about the monkey, and we won't spoil anything here.
There's a monkey, but you're not. Don't be mad because when you see the movie, yeah, I didn't want to know anything about it. Okay, well, there's a monkey. You're still not gonna guess in a billion years what it's tied to.
Even when I'm not even gonna say that. Never mind. But
you can watch it just as what it is.
yes,
Take it for what it is.
take it for what it is.
And it's a great story about this family that you want to root for.
Yes.
Or you can watch it and go, holy crap. This new director, has something to say.
But what I love too about this is what I find interesting about the discussion about the monkey. I have seen not just people online. I've seen actual critics that watch movies for a living not interact with the movie as any good audience member should. And that I don't know if it's the pandemic brain or people just
God,
what I'm
don't
talking
even
about.
get me started with that.
Maybe everyone's watching too much TikTok.
Oh.
They need it all spelled out for them.
That's-
I remember when you go to a movie and you're happy that it's not all spelled out for you and you have to connect a couple dots. I remember when you used to go to college for 4 years and learn from a freaking stinker up on the stage who says, actually, this scene, while it is about the man in the hat, it's actually an allegory for World War II. And you're like, oh my God. I didn't know Stuart Little was about World War II.
And then you email the director and say, my teacher says Stuart Little was about World War II. Is that correct? And they email back and they say, no. Your teacher's a dumbass.
Yeah. But, these are the fun things that you do when you engage with art. And for some reason, this movie, maybe it's just because I actually liked this movie, and when controversies come up around other movies that are similar to this, I don't really care because maybe I didn't like it or something. But I don't know. I just feel like this movie needs defended a little bit against these people who are like, yeah, it actually could have, this didn't connect to that. And it's like, well, maybe it did.
Think about it.
Just think about it.
Why'd he make that?
And it's really not. If you think about it for 2 seconds, you're like, oh, okay.
And why'd they do that? Is it maybe something that they talk about in a scene that's not that scene? That you can directly link to the point of why you're spending 30 minutes of the movie watching this?
Right.
And that people made this, that he went through several drafts of his movie.
And remember that?
Yes. And if you see the movie, you will be squeeing right now. Why pointless? No, maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe if you listen to the dialogue of the film and what it's trying to tell you about these topics, and that there's 2,000 people that worked on this movie, and if one of them told them, hey, this actually doesn't make any sense for the movie, he'd go, you know what, you're probably right. He didn't do that because he said that's the movie. And also, if it's not connected, it's a movie.
Well, maybe it's not connected. Maybe if it's monkeypox. Maybe if it's not connected, it's for a reason. I think we should allow Jordan Peele at this point in his career, having done 3 movies, a lifetime's work of excellence, 3 movies. We should allow him the trust that he's doing it on purpose. That there's a reason for the things in the movie, not that he is just stupid when he's writing it and like, he forgot that this part didn't go to this part, and there's that sticking up for no reason, and none of it. No.
Hey, he forgot to wrap up that storyline.
No, he didn't.
He didn't forget.
I loved the movie.
Yeah, I think it's great. And I think you really don't have to think like,
No.
oh, what's he trying to say here?
You don't.
You get a couple different meanings out of it. They're all interesting, and they're all, that's what a movie is. That's why they're made. I'm getting mad at people that they're like, I haven't seen the movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Or people are like, yeah, I got it. You're just yelling at me, and I don't like your podcast anymore.
Yeah.
Lunch break was fun. It was for kids, and now you guys are being adults, and you're
Now we're
being
adults
scolding.
and we're scolding everyone. We're mocking them and stuff. But it is true. I think we just need to
Do a review episode.
probably because I could talk for hours about this thing.
Yeah. So Colin Mockery, how do we make a review name out of that?
Yeah. Can't.
Hard. No. Nope. And
Did you watch anything
Colin
else?
Mockery.
I mean, God, we haven't talked in so long. Stranger Things, what'd you think?
Yeah, good. Stranger Things, good. It's crazy that these shows can be made these days. Doesn't it seem almost too easy
Yeah.
that they made so many episodes that are so long with so many special features and so many characters and so much money?
Special effects.
So many special effects. These could be made. It's just like, is it easy?
It makes me mad because I watch that and then I watch something like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I watch any of these Disney Plus shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked Obi-Wan Kenobi, by the way. That's another thing I was going to talk about on here, but we're running out of time, so I'll just leave it at that. I liked Obi-Wan Kenobi. It had some of my favorite Star Wars moments, potentially ever.
I'll say this about it.
It also kind of sucked.
If it has a second season, I'll be happy.
Mhm.
If it doesn't, and this is it, this is what all the hubbub was about. Literally everyone in the world wants to make a Star Wars thing.
It shouldn't be that hard.
What is the? You
really
are in space. You can do whatever you want.
It really shouldn't be that hard. But that being said, because I'm not going to I will not stand by and have Star Wars slander when it is at least decent.
No, because when you see Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor back on screen, and he goes, and he realizes Anakin, and you go, oh wow, this is what George Lucas wanted to hide from us.
In the final episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi, there is a moment when they are confronting each other that is so scary to me. It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was perfect, and I won't get into it, but it makes me mad watching Stranger Things, which is 50 hours long for one season, and then you go over to Disney Plus, you have all these huge properties, give them a little more money, give them a little more time, or make it a 2-hour movie. We don't need 6 episodes of Obi-Wan when it's only 2 hours worth of story. We don't need 7 episodes of Boba Fett when it shouldn't be on our screens at all.
And just get him off the one soundstage.
Yes, let him go out in the wild. Let him go out in the wild.
Go do something.
But the same token, Stranger Things had a little too much story to tell, and some parts did drag. I found myself saying, I don't care that 11 is training still. And I get that we have to build up that she has a certain connection to someone at the little school for witchcraft and wizardry. But they didn't even make that really clear until like 2 episodes before you need to know it. And then you're like, oh, okay, maybe this. And then it does happen. And you're like, oh, okay. I know she's getting her powers back. It's the whole reason of the show. We don't need to have that going on for 8 hours.
And it's some stuff like that where you go, okay, well, let's be real. Are they going to kill her? No.
Right.
No. I know this. I know that we're leading up to something that has to have a specific outcome. You've got a lot of characters here.
Characters.
You've got a lot of characters you don't know what to do with. You don't know what to do with the weird boy, the Charlie boy. What's the Charlie boy's name?
Charlie's been sidelined.
Charlie's sidelined. They say, we want to see Nancy with Joe, don't we? Joe Keery with the hair. We want to see him have the hair, but we don't. We want to see Will with his little bowl coat.
All right, let's rate all of our things that we've talked
Okay.
about. Stranger Things, what do you rate season 4 of Stranger Things?
Season 4 out of what?
I don't know.
Rings? No. Like ringtones.
Oh.
Like phone rings.
We have to
have a new system.
call in and tell us what our new rating system should be.
For this week, we'll do
This week we'll do fingers.
Yeah. Okay.
Like for dialing.
Cool. And if it was someone, okay, so actually this is good because it's us, so it's out of
Guy
Fingers.
Yeah.
So I would give Stranger Things 4 a 7.5 for the full season.
Mm-hmm.
Part 1 and part 2.
Sure.
I think you're right. The length thing, the bloatedness.
I've always heard length smaller is better.
Yeah, and the more it's more about how bloated you are. So 7.5 for that. I will give Nope. I want to talk about it some more, but I'd say an 8.5.
Not without its flaws, no.
No, and there are some things I will say about it,
Absolutely.
and that's fine.
Absolutely.
Swing for the fences.
Swing.
That's what I go to the movies to see. Stop giving me boring stuff. I don't need to see Mr. Goateed Gosling going, hey, and I'm gonna watch it.
I'll watch it.
I want to be able to think once in a while.
Every once in a while, give me a little thinker. In the
When people
stinker.
leave Nope and they say, I didn't get it, and they don't want to think about it. What else did we talk about? Rehearsal.
The rehearsal.
10.
Okay. Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan, I think a 7.
Yeah. Yep. Obi-Wan 10. Just kidding. No, Obi-Wan, yeah, 7's probably right on the money. Stranger Things, I go 7.5. 7.5. Yeah,
Wait, what'd you give Obi-Wan?
7.
Nice. Okay, 2 for 2.
I think I give Nope. God, you know what? I give it an 8.5. What was the other thing?
I said the rehearsal
Rehearsal
was
10.
a 10.
Bye.
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 Hey, wait. This is where our show is different this time.
Oh, yes.
If you don't agree with us, or you've got something you want to say, call 319-DUB-MIT. That's DUBMIT. 2 eyes, just like I have. And don't I have 2 beautiful ones? A gray and a pupil one. Beautiful, pupil. And you call us and you tell us you agree or you disagree, you have something to say. We want to have a conversation. Yeah, you don't want to have a conversation. I just want you to shut up, Jack.
Yep. So let us know.
Yeah, and lettuce, tomato. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.